Welcome to Truth Uncovered. What I'm about to say might sound bold, but stay with me. Most men today have absolutely no idea why their relationships feel shallow, why women drift away after just a few weeks, or why real intimacy always seems just out of reach. They chase money, they chase status, they chase physical perfection, but they overlook the one thing women respond to most: a man who understands what makes her feel safe, desired, and deeply understood. And here's the thing: 99% of men never figure this out. Because what women truly want, it's rarely said out loud. It's hidden in silence, in glances, in body language, and in the emotional atmosphere that only a certain kind of man can create. Today we're pulling back the curtain. I'll reveal 7 powerful hidden behaviors women crave, but almost never admit. These aren't tricks. These aren't lines. These are subtle psychological and emotional triggers rooted in ancient Stoic wisdom and backed by modern behavioral science. They're what separate forgettable men from men who leave a lasting impact. So if you're a mature man who's tired of games, confusion, and surface-level flings, this video is your wake-up call. Stick around until the end, because the final insight is the most powerful of them all. Once you learn this, you'll never approach women or attraction the same way again. Now let's dive in. Secret number 1. The power of intentional touch before intimacy. Let's set the scene. You're on a date. The vibe is flowing. She's laughing. You walk her to the car, send a charming text later. And then, silence. No reply. No second date. No explanation. You're left wondering, what did I miss? Here's the truth. Most men rely entirely on conversation to build connection. But for women, connection is both emotional and physical, and it starts long before the bedroom. One of the most powerful yet overlooked gestures? A simple, intentional, non-sexual touch, before intimacy even begins. I'm not talking about groping. I'm not talking about being aggressive. I'm talking about presence. For example, a gentle neck massage. Not rushed, not awkward, but calm, confident, and present. Why does it matter? Because women crave emotional safety. A meaningful touch says, I see you. I'm here. You can relax now. It bypasses logic and goes straight to the nervous system. It's not about technique. It's about energy. If you're doing it just to get something in return, she'll feel it. But if you're fully grounded, attentive, and calm, she'll melt into your presence. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Let your actions, not your words, do the talking. Secret number 2. Flirt with grace, not desperation. Here's where most men fumble the bag. They flirt either too hard, coming off like tryhards, or they hold back completely, afraid of being misunderstood. But great flirting? It's an art. It's subtle. It's respectful. And it's playful, without trying too hard. Here's what women crave. A man who can make her laugh, gently tease her, and create tension without begging for validation. You don't need lines. You need presence and playfulness. Let's say she says, I love that movie. You don't just say, oh, me too. You smirk and say, clearly you haven't seen my top pick. This is going to change your life. It's not about the words. It's about the tone. You're inviting her into a little game, a dance of energy. And the best part? A grounded man doesn't flirt to get something. He flirts because it's fun, because he's enjoying the moment, for what it is. This is Stoic energy in action. You're not thrown off by awkward silences. You're not chasing her approval. You're calm, centered, present, and women feel that. It makes you magnetic without even trying. Secret number 3. Touch her hair with timing and intention. Here's one most men completely overlook. Touching her hair. Sounds small, right? But when done right, it's one of the most intimate, bonding, and emotionally powerful gestures there is. Why? Because the scalp is filled with sensitive nerves. It sends deep subconscious signals of trust and tenderness. But timing is everything. Do it too early. and it feels creepy. Do it too forcefully, and it feels controlling. But at the right moment, let's say she's leaning in, the conversation is flowing, she's laughing, and you gently brush a strand of hair from her face. That single moment says more than 100 compliments. It tells her, I'm aware, I'm present, I'm connected to you. This kind of attuned masculinity is rare. It's not performance, it's real connection. It shows that you're not acting on impulse. You're reading her, responding with sensitivity, and letting the moment guide you. That's true emotional intelligence. Secret number 4, the leadership in a hand on her back. Simple gesture, huge impact. Imagine you're walking into a crowded room. You gently place your hand on her lower back and guide her through the crowd. It's protective, it's subtle, it's leadership, without needing to say a word. You're not pushing, you're not showing off. You're quietly communicating, I've got you. This is something women pick up on instantly, not consciously, but viscerally. Most men avoid it, either because they're afraid of doing it wrong, or they just never learned what it means to lead with calm presence. But the men who get it, they create a sense of safety and respect that lingers long after the date is over. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, a man's worth is no greater than his ambitions. And in this case, your ambition is to lead with steady, protective grace. Secret number 5. Be her quiet protector. Protection isn't about fighting off dragons. It's not about being loud, boastful, or overbearing. It's about subtle, consistent acts of care that make her feel safe in your presence. It's texting her to make sure she got home safe. It's standing beside her when she looks uncomfortable. It's being the calmest man in the room when things get tense. Women are strong, but they still deeply value a man whose presence makes them feel secure, not smothered. This is Stoicism at its finest. Emotional control, grounded presence, unshakable integrity. As Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. When you remain cool and composed under pressure, you earn her trust in ways that flashy guys never will. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to be steady. Secret number 6, the subconscious pull of a dream. This one is subtle, but unbelievably powerful. Bring up this line in conversation. I had the weirdest dream about you last night. Then, pause. She'll be hooked, curious, intrigued. Then say something like, we were just sitting at this random cafe having the deepest talk. Felt strangely real. You're not flirting directly, you're planting a seed. You're telling her, you're in my subconscious, not in a desperate way, but in a calm, intriguing, stoic way. It makes her feel emotionally important without you needing to say, I like you. And that subtlety, it's powerful. It works on levels she can't fully explain, and that's exactly why it stays with her. Secret number 7, the primal magnetism of a well-groomed beard. Let's talk about something visual, yet deeply primal. Your beard. Yes, it's just hair. But biologically, culturally, and psychologically, a beard communicates a lot. Studies show women often associate beards with maturity, strength, protection, sexual dominance, in the right way. Think back. Warriors, philosophers, kings, they didn't wear beards just for looks. It was a signal. I've seen things. I've endured. I'm not a boy. I'm a man. But here's the caveat. A messy beard says, I've let myself go. A clean, intentional one says, I've mastered myself. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. Your grooming reflects your inner world, and when done right, it sharpens your features and radiates a confident, masculine edge. It's not about style, it's about discipline. Final thoughts. The 1% of men women never forget. Let's recap the 7 truths most men never realise. Intentional touch before intimacy creates trust, and emotional warmth. Playful, respectful flirting lights a spark without desperation. Touching her hair with intention signals deep attention and chemistry. Guiding her with a hand on her back shows protective leadership. Quiet protection earns lasting emotional trust. Mentioning a dream activates subconscious attraction. A groomed beard sends primal signals of masculinity and control. These are not tricks. They're reflections of who you choose to become. A man of presence, of subtlety, of quiet strength. In a world full of noise, confusion, and superficiality, this is the man who stands out. So I'll leave you with this. Don't aim to be desired. Aim to be unforgettable. And when you embody these traits, you won't just attract women, you'll attract respect, admiration, and inner peace. If this resonated with you, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Drop a comment. Which one of these secrets surprised you the most? This is Truth Uncovered, helping you become the kind of man the world rarely sees, but never forgets.